Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize, but I am not uploading NXT tonight because of this fucking wasted out fucking Super Showdown pay-per-view that I wasn't expecting anything special coming out of it. But the main event, I'm going to say this. And by the way, the NXT review, I'm going to provide that to you during the weekend, either Saturday before the pay-per-view for AEW Revolution, or I may provide that on Sunday afternoon. That way I can kind of spread this out a little bit and not do double duty on the same day. So just keep an eye out for that. It may be Saturday or Sunday. Might push it possibly to Friday if I can find the time to do it. But if not, just pay attention to Saturday or Sunday and you'll get my review. But just give you guys fair warning, I still may be coughing throughout this video, so I do apologize because I'm still getting over this fucking cold. But here's the situation. This video is not going to be 100% review. It's going to be practically a fucking venting and rant on this entire event. With news breaking out about the fucking ESPN possibly taking the rights and claiming that it's very close to being sealed, signed, and delivered, about the WWE pay-per-views being provided on ESPN Plus, where you have to pay for the pay-per-view like you would normally do on traditional television, we're now going to have to pay for that stuff to see it. Now, I'm going to say this. If your quality of programming content was really good, and people still were not getting you weren't getting the subscriber amounts that you were looking for beforehand, and you were putting a lot of effort into it, and you didn't get where you wanted to be for you to make the kind of profit you were looking for, I can totally understand you wanting to take your product and move it to another streaming service to see if you could get better results out of it. But you have not provided us anything for us to even care to want to stay subscribed, unless you're a hardcore wrestling fan or you've been addicted to fucking WWE since you were a fucking little kid and you just stayed loyal to it to the day like you would do for any baseball, football, or basketball team. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, 100%. People may not like me for that. That's totally fine. That's your opinion. You have a right to your opinion. I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm a Yankees fan as well. There's a lot of haters towards the Yankees. I get it. It's fine. It's whatever. I don't give a shit. That's your opinion. But like anything else, Dallas Cowboys, I almost gave up on them this year after the season was over. Because after what they did, they didn't succeed. They didn't do anything. And they did the right thing. They got rid of Jason Garrett. They may not be a fucking winning team, but they made a change. They did something different to see if maybe they can succeed somewhere else. They gave this guy, Jason Garrett, many years of opportunity to give this team something. A conference championship trophy, a fucking Super Bowl opportunity, many different situations. The guy couldn't even get past the divisional playoff round. So, at this point in time, he doesn't deserve to be a coach for that team. Now, speaking of WWE, as I just mentioned, if WWE was providing us heart-throbbing, fucking great wrestling events and giving us memories to remember for a long time, for the last 6 years, since 2014, since the inception of the WWE Network, I'd be okay with them making that decision. That is their right. They have tried everything possible to get people behind the idea of being subscribed to the channel, to their network, and gave us their all, and they didn't meet what they were looking for results, so they want to go somewhere else where they can make more profit. I get that. But you dug your own grave. You didn't try to put in the kind of content that you used to do. Oh, sorry. Oh, shit. Please skip through that. God. I'm getting a tickle in my throat and it's forcing me to cough. Anyway, if you were trying to do what you're trying to do to accomplish what you were going for, I would understand. I wouldn't hate your guts for it. But your fucking content sucks. Your content ain't anywhere near this ruthless aggression era they keep documenting on episode week after week. That shit was great. The Attitude Era was great. I mean, fucking the 1995 all the way up to 97 was better than this shit. At least you had some sort of sports-like feel to it in some manner. This company right now is like laughing at its own customers. And you can see it right through their fucking bullshit. And that's why I'm extremely upset with them. Number two, if they do put it on the net, on the ESPN Plus, and you have to buy it, and you don't get the access to watch it on the WWE Network anymore, you have to go out and buy their DVDs like you used to. And they put the NXT, because NXT is part of WWE, so their pay-per-views could be possibly used to get people to buy the pay-per-view on NXT TakeOver events. Think about that. You may have to pay $59.99 to watch a TakeOver event. Now, me personally, with knowing the kind of product that WWE is and what they provide, I don't want to give them my fucking money even to watch NXT's pay-per-views. I wouldn't. I'm watching AEW Revolution with my own hard money, and I'm going to watch this pay-per-view. I paid it a week in advance because this is a good event. This is done like NXT style. But WWE doesn't deserve my money. They haven't earned it. And all those guys in NXT are working their ass off. They move up to the main roster and they're going to become nothing. One guy I will definitely talk about that pisses me the fuck off. And they did a fucking good promo video and then just ended it with a fucking shitty ass ending. You guys might already know what I'm talking about, but I'll get into it. So let's kick things off, shall we? We had Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson go one-on-one with the Viking Raiders, with the Viking Raiders losing to Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows from the OC in the pre-show. Wow. That's great. Viking Raiders are losing to a fucking losing team that can't win jack shit. Fantastic. WWE, you're on a good start to this wonderful shitty-ass pay-per-view. Oh yeah, and by the way, I did skip through some of these matches that I didn't care to watch or want to waste all my time because it was 3 hours and 30 minutes, and usually I don't ever do that with a WWE show of any sort when it's live or just recently been done and I haven't watched it yet. But for this, I'll make an exception, which I did. The Undertaker, who was not even advertised for this gauntlet match, for this fucking lame-o trophy that means absolutely nothing, will not get no one anywhere, and it was a fucking waste of everybody's time. You had The Undertaker win this match, defeating AJ Styles, with AJ being the last man, and it should have been Rey Mysterio going into this match to end it, and unfortunately he was attacked by the OC. Okay, great. So, you think AJ Styles would have went ahead and went out with style and grace, and had just Rey Mysterio come out, they do the match, AJ wins, he's the trophy winner, and yet then you can have Monday Night Raw, AJ Styles comes out, brags about how he's phenomenal, he's one of the best, and he's got a trophy to prove it. Then The Undertaker comes out and says he's a phenom, blah, blah, blah. There's your pay-per-view match. I'd be cool with that. No, they went ahead and they decided to give The Undertaker a spot into this event, taking Rey Mysterio's spot and making him just do one move, a chokeslam, to pin AJ Styles for the win. Yes, a chokeslam. Not a tombstone piledriver with the chokeslam being as a signature move. Chokeslam was the finisher. The last time the chokeslam really was the finisher to The Undertaker was when he was the fucking biker Undertaker, the American Badass. that was really his finishing maneuver, and every once in a while he threw in the tombstone pile driver for shits and giggles. But most of the time, the chokeslam was the finisher for him to pick up his victories and walk away as a winner. In this match, he didn't do jack shit. He won the match with a very horrendous looking chokeslam. So yeah, the chokeslam was ugly as fuck as well. He let go of AJ Styles. His chokeslam, he lost the grip of the chokeslam, and AJ kind of fell out of his hand, and AJ really helped him out in this situation. He still jumped up, tried to make it look good as possible, and then he gets the pin 1, 2, 3 as if he's performed the tombstone pile driver the way he would pin his opponent with his hands on top of their chest, and then gets the 1, 2, 3. And is the winner of this lame-ass trophy that's not going to mean anything, like every other trophy they ever do for this pay-per-view. You'd think they'd make the fucking trophy mean something so they can build towards a match, which this would be a great example that they could have done with. But unfortunately, they didn't do that at all. So, a missed opportunity and a waste of time. Thank God we're not going to see The Undertaker and AJ Styles, but God knows, this is WWE, folks. We probably will anyway, just for the sake of making us feel more dumb than we already are watching this bullshit. And yes, folks, there's a good possibility WrestleMania 36 may be my finale towards watching WWE products, because their content absolutely sucks except for NXT. The Miz and John Morrison defeated the New Day for the tag team titles. This was I was okay with this one. The screwjob finish I kind of didn't like, but it was a decent match. It wasn't that bad, so I have no complaints there. Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Angel Garza wins this match. Thankfully, they made the right choice on this one. This I didn't really care. This was one of the matches I skipped. This really could have been just done on Monday Night Raw. Saved us the trouble watching this on a fucking shitty-ass pay-per-view, and saved us maybe like 10 minutes extra on this dirt shit show. Seth Rollins and Murphy defended the tag team titles and retained them against the Street Profits in a very shitty ending. And I'll explain why. Montez Ford, I think it was Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins was kind of hanging on the ropes. And Murphy, or Buddy Murphy I should say, because this Murphy is just fucking ridiculous. Could you imagine walking around with a fucking last name as the name that you go by? That's so retarded. But yeah. You got Buddy Murphy trying to pull him off the ropes. The referee, this whole last ending was just so forced and ridiculous. It was retarded. He's trying to pull Angelo Dawkins off the ropes so he can get him in the middle of the ring and perform a move on him. And the referee pulls him away, restraining him as if he's doing something wrong. The referee acting distracted as if Murphy was doing something bad in the situation, possibly as a disqualification on top of it, which I've never seen anything like that done before in the middle of a match. And Seth Rollins comes out of nowhere, hits the curb stomp on the apron, and then Murphy picks up the victory, 1, 2, 3. Now, someone please tell me where they see something wrong with this, because there was something definitely wrong. If you don't see that there was something wrong with this, there's something wrong with you. I really do believe that. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to believe this. You don't even have to be a hardcore wrestling fan. It's just basic logic. There ain't nobody in fucking God's green earth would pull you off as if you're doing something horribly wrong because your opponent is leaning up against the ropes and you're trying to pull them away from the ropes so you can perform a move and possibly pin them so they can't get a rope break. Get the fuck out of here with that fucking shitty ass ending. That was the biggest load of shit for an ending match I've ever seen outside of Hell in a Cell. With Seth Rollins and fucking Bray Wyatt. That was a joke and a half. Then you have Mansoor and Dolph Ziggler. This guy Mansoor has performed in several different Super Showdowns, Crown Jewel, whatever you want to fucking call these shows. It doesn't really matter. They're crap, and they seem like they're having less and less of an audience at these events every single time they have one. On top of it, from what I noticed, it didn't seem like there was a whole lot of people there. It seemed like maybe possibly like 20,000 people, maybe, for a place that looked like it could have contained maybe 40,000. That's just my guess. I might be wrong about that, but if I am, oh well. I don't really care. But Mansoor has been in several events. He has not done anything on the main roster of Raw and SmackDown, and he has not done anything in NXT. He just keeps getting highlighted at these events because he's in his hometown. But he's never going ahead and performing in America. Who the fuck cares about this guy then? What are you giving me any purpose to invest my time and make me okay with Dolph Ziggler losing to Mansoor? Dolph Ziggler lost to Mansoor, a guy that has hardly performed in a WWE ring. This is ridiculous. Dolph Ziggler loses again, being a fucking stepping stone for a fucking nobody. Dolph Ziggler being a jobber, again, with the talent that he has, he's a fucking jobber in this company. I don't have any fucking respect for Dolph Ziggler either at this point. Because for him to maintain and stay with this fucking company and disrespect himself like this is ridiculous. This guy should be a fucking world champion multiple times. He should at least have 4 or 5 title reigns and had some decent title reigns at that, more meaningful. And instead his career has been nothing but a fucking jobber experience for him. That's all he's done. He's jobbed out to everybody. And has achieved nothing in his career. With all the talent that he has. I think that's ridiculous. And selling himself short. Big time. Because I think AEW could really use a guy like Dolph Ziggler. And they'd make a fucking superstar out of this motherfucker. But, you know, he wouldn't go there. He won't get the same... He might not get the same kind of money that he gets in WWE. To be a fucking jobber loser, because so-called AEW's no threat to the WWE and their, you know, profits. Yeah, sure. Right. Whatever. You're so full of shit, Vincent, man. Alright, now we get to one of the best matches on the card. Or actually, one of the worst. I'm just being sarcastic, guys. Brock Lesnar and Ricochet for the WWE Championship. What can I say about this match? We have a promo video that was fantastic. Ricochet is making you kind of convinced. Why doesn't he have a shot? Why wouldn't he have an opportunity to be one of the people to challenge for the championship? They're showing all these fucking Instagrams or Twitter messages about Brock is going to be an easy win for Brock. And how Ricochet is going to be lunch meat to Brock Lesnar. And he makes it very clear that he's going to be a challenge and possibly make WrestleMania. They even show a footage with a graphic of him holding the WWE Championship while Drew McIntyre is his opponent going into the pay-per-view of WrestleMania 36. How fucking retarded is that? You're going to do that. And then you're going to do a 1 and 30-minute match and make Brock Lesnar, make Ricochet look just as bad as Kofi fucking Kingston? I mean, granted, it went 1 and 30 seconds. Kofi Kingston did not go as long as Ricochet, but Ricochet didn't last that long anyway. He didn't kick out of anything, got his ass whooped, got F5'd, and that was it. On to the next opponent. He might as well have the catchphrase, "Who's next?" like Goldberg at this point, because he runs through opponents like they're fucking nothing. So there you go. They made Ricochet with a promo video package that seemed very plausible as possibly being as good as Finn Balor's match with Brock Lesnar, and they made him look like a complete joke. Like, why bother having the match? Why, so you can have Brock show up and appear in front of the Saudi Arabian audience? Wow. Big deal. Roman Reigns versus King Corbin in a steel cage match. Who thought that King Corbin was going to win this match? Not me. And nor was the match any good. It was fucking boring as hell. And I particularly did not care for this whatsoever. Roman Reigns wins 12 minutes and 50 seconds. There you go. Bayley and Naomi. Bayley retaining her SmackDown Women's Championship against Naomi in 11 minutes and 30 seconds. They were performing in complete covered clothes. Now, I understand the Saudi Arabian culture is that women should wear complete covering clothes. It's nice. Very nice. They shouldn't wear a normal amount of clothes. They should have their entire body covered. Even possibly including their face. Put a bag on top of the face and be alright. Yeah. Sorry if I offend anyone that is Saudi Arabian, but I do apologize, but I think that is a crock of shit to treat your women like that. And I don't exactly have the best of opinions about women right now based on past relationships I've had before, but at least I have a little bit of decency to show them some kind of respect. No offense to anyone that is a female, but just my experience, it's just mine, so I take it as is. But regardless of all that, I think the way women are treated in Saudi Arabia are treated like garbage. Sorry. So then we had Goldberg versus Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, for the Universal Championship. This was the biggest fucking waste of time. This was the biggest waste of build towards any character I have ever seen in my fucking life. This is pathetic. I do not understand where they're going to go with The Fiend at this point. Goldberg has no purpose being the Universal Champion. Now, granted, I will say this. They want Goldberg to face Roman Reigns so Roman Reigns can win the WWE Universal Championship. I can understand where they're going with that, so they won't have as much backlash with Goldberg losing the title to Roman Reigns than The Fiend losing the title to Roman Reigns. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't really give a fuck. Goldberg should have never beat The Fiend. The Fiend should have beat his ass in less than 3 minutes. This match should have been a fucking wipeout. Goldberg shouldn't even be at WrestleMania, in my opinion. Now, granted, me being able to see Goldberg in person, it's pretty fucking cool. I mean, I watched him in WCW, WWE during the Ruthless Aggression era for that 1 year he was there, and so forth. So just to see him perform, it'll be kind of nice to see. It'll be a nice little nostalgia, cream on the top kind of bullshit. But in all storyline purposes and building characters and making them seem bigger than life type characters or making them seem important, this was a big time miss. Big time. Goldberg had no business winning. He wasn't going to lose or gain anything by losing to The Fiend. If anything, The Fiend gains more. Because Goldberg was a fucking wrecking tear of an athlete at the time in WCW and also in WWE until he lost the World Championship to fucking Triple H. So, Bray Wyatt winning this matchup in less than 3 minutes would have been very favorable to him. Them and him facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania and beating Roman Reigns in a good match for maybe the main event, possibly, I would have been okay with that. But, quite frankly, guys, this was a joke. A couple of mandible claws was Bray Wyatt's offense, and Goldberg was 4 fucking spears and 1 jackhammer. You qualify that as a match? I qualify that as a fucking lame-ass way to close out a show, and very uncreative. Not to mention, if these guys like Goldberg and Brock Lesnar cannot do a match that lasts at least 10 to 15 minutes without burning out, or they just don't feel like doing it because they just don't want to, then don't put them in these spots. This is a fucking waste. And this is what it was. At the end of the match, while Goldberg was celebrating with the Universal Championship, which was the blue version, not the Fiend's title to put on his shoulder. They kept that title, that blue title, nice and warm and comfy in the corner by where the guy that rings the bell, the timekeeper. Not that they should call him a timekeeper, because they don't keep time in these matches anyway. They're all unlimited times anyhow. But you get my point. They kept that title nice and warm for good old Goldberg when he wins that match, as if, that wasn't planned ahead of time. It was all, just accidental. Sure. Right, whatever. Anyway, guys, you get my fucking point, my drift here. Very soon you may be seeing a very huge change in this channel. There may not be any more reviews for NXT, for WWE type products. This may be just AEW Elite. The elite of elite. That's really all this is going to be about. Because, quite frankly, what I have seen in the last couple of weeks is one of the best builds outside of NXT that I have ever seen done by any promotion. NXT, there's no disrespect to them. I absolutely love them, but they're part of a company that I can't stand behind anymore. I really can't. And if they sell their rights to the fucking pay-per-views to ESPN Plus, I won't even keep their subscription. Especially if they put the NXT fucking pay-per-views on ESPN Plus as well. Takeover events, you want to give that to fucking ESPN Plus so we can pay extra money on top of that too? No thanks. I won't have your fucking channel, your network at that point. You can keep it and shove it up your ass. That's my opinion on that fucking company. NXT, I will always love them. I wish them the best of luck if, God forbid, I'm not interested in watching WWE programming of any kind anymore after this wonderful deal that they're going to do at ESPN Plus, because they're selling their rights away. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. In about 1 month, you will hear, possibly mid-March, you will hear that WWE sold their rights to ESPN Plus. And if you don't, then I'll give them what they, give them the ability to watch their fucking shows, give them my reviews and my opinions on their crappy-ass product, but know what I'm supposed to expect. Garbage. They want to give me the ability. My personal opinion is this. When I initially saw their first pay-per-view of WrestleMania 30, I've never said this, I don't think I've ever said this to Matthew before, my best friend. But when they showed WrestleMania 30, outside of Daniel Bryan's World Championship storyline throughout that entire pay-per-view, outside of that build towards the main event, Triple H's match that he had, and then the main event, that rest of that pay-per-view, you could have taken it and thrown it in the fucking garbage. That crowd was so fucking dead. It was the worst WrestleMania I have ever heard of any crowd. There's probably other crowds that have been worse than that, but I will go on record to say WrestleMania 30 to kickstart the network was not a good start. And from that point on, they just continue to build crappy pay-per-views month after month after month in 2014, going all the way through to up to now. They figured, hey, we got the WWE Network. People can watch these fucking pay-per-view shows for practically nothing, $9.99 a month. Who gives a shit about giving them quality product? We got what we wanted. They're going to get what they want. They get free opportunity to watch this shit, and they don't have to pay a lot of money for it. So let's give them crap quality. And they'll still tune in. That's your attitude? You're an idiot. You give us good quality, we subscribe, and we continue to stay subscribed, and you build your subscribers. You want to give us crap just because you're providing us 3 hours of pay-per-view quality shows, which aren't good quality at all, may I add. Then you can have all the amount of hours you want to a pay-per-view. People are not going to care just because your name is WWE. That's your promotion. I don't give a fuck. And I will not go out and spend $59.99, $64.99. Hell, I won't even spend $49.99, and that's the amount of a fucking AEW pay-per-view, which I spent that amount of money. Hell, I won't even spend $39.99 for a pay-per-view, and that's Impact Wrestling's pay-per-view total amount for their pay-per-views. I would not spend it for their damn fucking crappy product for WWE. So there you go. There's my rant. That's my review. Have a good day, guys. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below, and hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to this channel. And I thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great night. Again, I apologize about the coughing throughout this video. It is from this damn cold. I have a fucking tickle in my throat, and I hope soon enough it goes away so I don't have to keep coughing through these fucking videos and probably annoying the shit out of you guys with this fucking horrendous cough. But anyway, guys, I thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it if you watched throughout this entire video, and I'll see you again soon.